Hello, it is Sunday. I didn't do the video in Monday because my partner, who normally helps me with these things, was visiting his family, so I couldn't do the video. I had no one here. I was alone. That was sad. I also drew so much comics because I was so bored. I was bored. I was so bored. I had like nothing to do except to draw comics, so I just drew a bunch of comics. But yeah, this week's chapter was the one that had the homophobic mom of Julia, or Julia, that's how we would pronounce it in Finland, and this comic is situated in Finland, so like, of course it's Julia. But yeah, Julia's mom was homophobic, and yeah, that's fun. All right, let's go into the comments. I was told these are quite serious comments this time, not much funny comments, so get ready for that. Nathan Varnemunde, I don't know. That is a very beautiful looking surname, but I have no idea how to say that. The comment just says loads gun in like, what do you call it? Is it asterisks when it's like there's stars? Yeah. Yeah. Please don't commit a homicide. I don't know how many times do I have to tell you this on all of my videos. Please do not commit a homicide. You're always like ready to kill all of my horrible characters. Don't do that. Don't, please. Next one, Nova Galexa. Have I read a comment by Nova Galexa before? Sounds kind of like I would have. All right. Pardon my French, but bitch. Yeah, I voice acted because this was on all caps, the bitch, so I kind of assumed it would be like bitch. I think that would make sense. Yeah, well, yeah, she was a bit of a bitch, so I agree on this one. Next one, Foxtorian. Oh no, our Juha is learning that homophobes are everywhere and range from get out and never come back to giving you a sour look. This on top of the gloom he is feeling now. I hope he lets Sami know. And like a crying emoji, sad emoji. Yeah, I mean, Juha moved into Helsinki exactly when it was the Pride month. So of course, he only saw the best parts of Helsinki because during the Pride month, everyone is just like, oh, Pride, it's Pride, oh, we are so tolerant, everything is great, everything is wonderful. And then just like a little bit, like when the month is over and everyone is just like, can we just stop talking about these gay things? This has like, we already gave you 1 month, what more do you need? So, you know, at least from my perspective, living in Helsinki, June is always the easiest month, kind of. Like you can walk outside with your partner hand in hand and nobody is batting an eye because they're all like, oh, it's Pride month, so that is the reason for this. But like, you know, Pride month is not the reason why you're gay. You're just gay. And Pride month is the reason why, like that's when people see it more. So they're like, oh well, I can understand this, but the moment it's over, people are like, can you stop doing that in front of our children? But yeah. Next one, Yikitiak says hashtag, but angrily. How do I voice act this, like hashtag? I don't know. I'm trying. It was that angry enough for you, Yikitiak. Alright, next one. Chris is not cool. That's the name of this person. Like the name of the person was not Chris and me saying that Chris is not cool. Chris might be cool, but the name says Chris is not cool. I would like to preface by saying I'm gay and I'm not trying to get jumped by saying this unpopular opinion, but Julia's mom could have gone about the situation a lot worse. Not saying I agree with her actions, but she has a right to her opinion, and at least she isn't actively trying to push her beliefs onto those around her. She felt uncomfortable with Mayu's home life, so she did what she thought would help her and her daughter. Again, not saying I agree with her, but worse could have happened. What is that worst thing that could have happened, though? Like, how are you uncomfortable with two people living in the same house? This is an unpopular opinion, and I do not like this opinion that much, because if your reason for your kid not going there would be that my kid is lactose intolerant, and this guy kept giving her cookies that have lactose without, like, even if I told him not to, that's a good reason not to let your child go there. But still, you know, if your reason is only like she was first like, oh, Juha, you seem like such a good person, you're so nice to have my kids around here, I am so happy to meet you, oh, you are gay, okay, I take all of that back. So like that's not a good reason. That's not a good reason to be like, don't go there anymore. But yeah, I think Julia is gonna have a lot of nice traumas about her childhood if she turns out not to be straight. But anyways, yeah, she could have been worse. That's also true. She could have started yelling at them and just like upset all the kids or something. But still, that was also not okay. Even if it's like a lower level of not okay, it's still very much not okay. Did you see that motherfucking ghost? It just keeps going around and around, and I've been trying to work in here like all week. I was alone all week, like I said, I was alone, but like actually it doesn't really feel like being alone, because that fucker is just like running around this house, just like being super annoying all the time, just like dropping things, and I'm like trying to ink and just like poking my ink bottle, like, am I going to drop this off the table or not? Just like, oh my god, this week has been so nerve-wracking for me, just like hanging out with that ghost, just like, oh, I'm like dying. Alright, let's get into the next comment, even if the ghost seems to be having some fun in the hallway. Alright. Cheyenne Palmer. This actually made me upset with me being gay, and reading this, it made me think if my friends and family really are okay with me being who I am. It's sad there are people like that in the world, and at least she didn't insult him or make a scene, but it's still terrible. And a sad emoji. That is true. I mean, yeah. I think this is one of the reasons like why a lot of like gay people like having mostly gay friends, because it's kind of like you never know what your family actually really thinks. Like they might say, oh, we love you, whatever you are, but you see that something in there and you don't really know what it is, and you just feel kind of uncomfortable about it. You kind of like feel that it might not be true. Like I have kind of like a problem, like my family always told me like, oh, you can, like, we don't care if you're gay. And I'm just like, well, all right, that's nice. And then I come out as trans, and suddenly they're like, oh, And you know, even if they don't say anything like, oh, we hate trans people, you can still see that thing, that it wasn't like unconditional acceptance. Like they were like, oh, you can be gay or whatever, we're fine. And then when you come out as trans, they're like, actually, I need to reconsider if I am okay with this. So it's kind of like that. Like they didn't say, we hate you, we're gonna throw you out, but they also didn't say like, yeah, I don't know, yeah. They also didn't say anything like believable that I am we're okay was like, we're okay, kind of that kind of thing. It's really difficult to explain, but anyways, because it's difficult to explain because it's such a small tiny little thing. But yeah, I am sorry for this chapter, for all the gays out there, if I made you uncomfortable with this chapter, because yeah, it's not fun. Next one, Jaded Creator. I agree with the mom. If her daughter plays with the daughter of two loving fathers, the kid might realize how crappy of a parent her mother is, become more open-minded, and also have a better example of what relationship dynamics can and should be. Yes, she should only play with Mayu at school. This was a good comment. I was already kind of scared that this person is gonna be like, for real, like, I agree with the mom. Don't let the gays affect the children, but no. Yeah, we are actually kind of... I always have like these minor characters who do not appear in the comic that much. I should like do a whole video where I tell all of the backstories of all of them. Like, you remember the guy in the park, Bob, and his children, Bobette, Bobina, and Bob Jr. Yeah, I had a whole story for him, just like a whole story behind his whole family life, but you're never gonna see that because he is a minor character. But I also have a whole story for Julia's mom. And like that one actually does include very unhappy marriage. Like, she married the biggest fuckboy in her high school, and turned out fuckboys do not grow up to be decent men. But yeah, I have stories for all of them. Yeah, I think Julia should see some actual good relationships too. Poor Julia, gonna have so many traumas. Next one, B1663R. To avoid scenarios like that when I was working, I'd use the word partner, so there wouldn't be any problems or awkward conversations about me being married to a woman. It's a shame it has to happen, but it's about wordplay without having to lie. Unless you get really nosy people, in which case it's unavoidable. Yeah, but Juha made that mistake of thinking everyone in Helsinki is just like that guy in the park, just like Bob, the father of Bobette, Bobina, and Bob Jr. Bob was such a good man, but no, this woman was different. But you kind of assumed that, oh, the people in Helsinki have been so great during the Pride Week, so they must all be like that. No, Juha, I'm sorry, but the homophobes live in cities too. Next one, bloodred.x. That's the name of this person. That was a really cool name. Lol, I run into women like this all the time with me and my girlfriend. We are moving to an apartment together next year, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't get any worse. Yeah. I wish all the best for you, and I wish you can get a really nice apartment and that there are no homophobes in your neighborhood. I mean, we have had it good in our apartment. Maybe people think that we're just roommates. I don't know. I don't know. They might not know there's gays living in here. But at least nobody has really said anything. Only once we were walking outside hand in hand with my partner, and some guy just yelled at us like, "I am a straight man!" And we were like, well, very nice to know. That's good. I'm really happy he's happy about being a straight man. But that also, like, even if the thing that he yelled at us was so trivial, and it wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna kill you or something like that. It wasn't like a threat or anything. It made me feel very threatened. Like someone saw me with my partner walking like right in front of my own house and wanted to yell at us, just like, because it was kind of like not a nice yelling, like, hey, I want to tell you I'm very happy about being a straight man. No, it was like disgusted yelling. So it made me feel scared still, even if he literally didn't say anything hateful. He just said, I'm a straight man. But still, you know, the way he said it made me scared, and that's the things that I want to talk about in this comic too. Like, sometimes people don't even say anything hateful, but you get that feeling that they were they were hateful, and you don't feel safe. But I'm really happy that happened only once, and other than that, everything has been fine in here. Next one, Spirit Blade. If you hate that bitch, clap your hands. And there is a yellow clapping emojis all over the comment. And then another comment by the same person replying to it with white hand emojis and dark hand emojis. Black, dark, black, I don't remember the word. Black clapping emojis. And everyone is clapping. I would show it to you, but you probably can't see it. Because like my phone is so bright, you can't see it. But anyways, it has clapping emojis all over it. Yeah, everyone is clapping, apparently. Next one, Phoenix Girl. Is it close-minded that I thought Nordic countries like Finland were really progressive? No, I mean, they are progressive, but not everyone is progressive. Like, we have a lot of very progressive things in these countries, which make us, like, which give us the, like the whole, like, stereotype that Nordic countries are very progressive. We have a lot of really good things. Like, one of the things that I really love here is that we have an amazing grant system for artist grants. Like, the government and different kinds of organizations give out grants to artists so that you can actually make a living making art, you know, like, just like you are able to make art without having to drive an Uber at the same time, or having to just like have like side jobs. You can't drive an Uber here, it's still illegal. They're trying to make it legal, but it's basically illegal in Finland. Not to kill the taxi industry kind of thing. But anyways, yeah, but like, and the education system in here is really good. Like, children, the school days are shorter, the children don't get much homework and so on, so that they can just live their lives and so on. And even with LGBT stuff, there are a lot of things that are really good, but like the gay marriage was, like, came into existence last year. And like the trans people are still, like, content warning for trans rights, human rights shit, but like the trans people are still have to kind of go through like a mandatory sterilization thing. Like, you have to prove that you're sterile to get your gender markers changed. That doesn't basically mean that you have to get a surgery to remove your whatever, but you still have to kind of somehow prove it that you're sterile, which is basically what hormones do anyways if you use them long enough. But still, yeah, that's how it is. It's not so progressive always. And even in the most progressive place, asshole people live there too. So that's a thing. All right, what a weirdo. She doesn't play with the adults. Don't make it weird, you rude witch. That was a good comment. You rude witch. Yeah. Yeah, I wish Julia's mom was a witch, so she could turn her really crappy husband into a frog and move on a swamp with Julia and be happy. Alright, this person's name is just like an emoji, so I'm gonna act it out to you. That was the name. I don't know how to say it. Finally, conflict. In brackets, not to be rude or anything. Well, yeah, conflicts are good things for stories, bad things for actual people, but this is a story, so conflict is actually kind of a good thing because it makes things go forward. Next one, Shaynace and Blue Heart and a kitten. This story is beautiful and shows you how the real world is. Keep it up, author. And 3 kissy face emojis. Thank you. I am amazed there is a comment that says something about the story being beautiful after this chapter. But I am really happy that you think that. Just like stop walking in there. I already thought that this ghost was like quitting this thing, but no, just came back. I think the ghost went on a coffee break or something, and now it's back again. Just like trying to concentrate on the comments. Next one. That one dumb neat. Anyone else think at first that she didn't like artists? Still would have been annoying, but wow. Yeah, she's just like, oh, an artist. That's not a real job. Stealing all my money. And just like, stop. Oh my god, this is almost like having a cat in the house. Just like, let me poke things off the table. Next one. Cherry on top, 21. Oh no, not again. But I also like the drama, so ... Yeah. Drama is good. 2 more comments. Ashley, 5892. This just makes me disappointed in people like that. I'm bi and this has happened to me before by friends or just kids from school. It hurts. Edit. These types of comics make me happy because it is relatable. I think this was added later on. Just like, yeah. It's nice to see that you can like relate to something that is not fun, but that also happens in your life, and then see the characters like go through it and see them like go past the problems and so on. So that's my goal, just to like, yeah, but for now the problem is still alive and well. The last comment. Vita Luminis. As a young gay person, I can't stop wondering, will that be my future? Can I even understand how he feels yet? It's quite sad and I don't find anything else to describe it. Yeah, it is. It is sad. So like, this is the reason why we really need the people who are around us, and just like the people who watch this video and the people who read the comic who are not LGBT themselves. Please show your support towards LGBT people. Even if you wouldn't know anyone who's gay, you can still just like be very vocal about supporting LGBT people, because that's the power you have. Like, you are considered the norm, so people take you more seriously, which is very sad, but you can use it to your advantage and just like show your support. So that's also one of my main reasons for this comic. I make this comic so that like the LGBT people can be like, oh, that's so me. And because the comic is also made for the people who are not LGBT themselves, they can be like, I want to help. I want to be vocal about things that like, this is not okay, and just like stop being homophobes and stop being transphobes. So yeah, that's your challenge. Not even challenge for the day, challenge for the rest of your days. That was the comments for today, and I'm gonna see if I can like catch that ghost so we can have an interview with the ghost. I'll post that tomorrow if I can catch the ghost. So yeah, you'll have I will ask the ghost like what's their deal. What do they want? What's their like, when I don't know what's going on in this house, but like, yeah, we should just like sit down and talk about these issues with the ghost. All right, I will see you actually tomorrow with the ghost video, and then I will see you later with the new comments, because like the new episode is already online and I just didn't make a video because my partner wasn't home. Sorry. But yeah, the new video will come during the next week. next 7 days it will be there. This is like a horror movie. 7 days, 7 days, and there will be a weird video on your computer. All right, let's end this and let's go find the ghost. This is like the American ghost hunters, except the Finnish ghost hunters. All right, moikka!